Hi, I'm Teresa Kissel, and this is my speech. Here are my cards. And this is my family. Thank you all for coming to see my little speech. Okay, today I'm going to talk about why I think that cruises are the ultimate vacation. Cruises are a hassle-free way to go on a vacation. My thesis is that the members of the cruise ship staff are there to make sure that you have a good time. It does not matter who you are or what activities that you like to participate in. You will be able to find something that you enjoy doing on a cruise. Going on a cruise can be as simple or as action-filled as you want it to be. The first thing that I want to talk about is planning a cruise. Planning a cruise is really simple. Pretty much you have to just decide where you want to go and what days you want to go there. After that, it's all pretty simple because you don't have to plan the whole thing out at the beginning. You can spend as much time as you want planning your trip. You can look online, see excursions, decide anything that you want to do, or you can just take your time and do that a little bit later. The good thing about planning the cruise is, or one of the things that you can do is, a cruise can be as expensive or inexpensive as you also want it to be. You can, if you aren't going to be planning on spending much time in your room, then you can get an inside cabin, which is really cheap. Or you can spend money and get a balcony room, or you can even get a suite. And then there are even rooms that we don't really know about because they're really expensive for people who want to be all alone or who are famous, and they're probably really expensive. Once you take your baggage to the baggage claim, your cruise has begun, and everyone there is ready to make sure that you have a good time. If you get onto the ship, and then the first thing they tell you to do is to go and eat. And so you go and eat, or you can just go and look around the cruise and on the ship and decide, kind of get your bearings, kind of decide where everything is. And it's kind of cool because cruises, all cruise ships are kind of set up in the same format. So once you know how the cruise is designed, it's pretty easy once you, for like your second or other cruises. I forgot to mention that I feel like I have some knowledge about cruises because my husband and I have been on 7 cruises. We've been to the Mexican Riviera several times, to the Caribbean several times, and we've been to Alaska. All these cruises were different, they were all unique, and yet they're kind of all the same because you're on the cruise ship. One of the things that happens at the beginning of the cruise is maritime law requires that they teach you about safety and what to do in case there is an emergency on the ship, the way to evacuate the ship. And that's the first thing you have to do before the ship has even left port. Jerry Vaughn, who works for the Cruise Center, said, I know many people are concerned about cruise ship safety after the graphic pictures and news of the Costa Concordia. Certainly the reckless acts of an errant captain damaged the image of the industry and raised legitimate questions. And then he said, I can assure you that the cruise industry as a whole enjoys one of the best safety records of any type of travel. This one incident is not reflective of the high level of safety that cruisers enjoy. So cruising is a really safe way to travel. It's also one of the nice things about traveling on a cruise is you're there, you can participate in all the activities that are on the cruise ship, and yet when you go to bed, you wake up in a different part of the world. You wake up in a different country or another place. Some of the things, another good part of going on a cruise is that your cruise can be tailored to whatever you want it to be. You can go in your room and watch movies on TV and never come out of your room if that's what you want your cruise experience to be. Or you can look at the capers, which are the little papers that you get in your room that tell you all of the activities, and you can plan out your day so that you can be doing something 24 hours a day if you wanted to. You can also just pick and choose. However you want to tailor your cruise, just so that you can have the best time that you can. There are a lot of different activities on the cruise. There's everything from games to play. There's, of course, swimming. There's sometimes there's golf courses or movie theaters, or there are always all kinds of contests going on. There is all kinds of games, and there is, some have like rock towers to climb on, and anything that you want to do during the day. There's ice sculpting. There's, all you have to do is look at the caper and it will tell you all of the things, and then you can kind of plan your day accordingly to see what you want to do. There's also, at night, there's all kinds of a little more extensive things to do. Like there's always shows. Every night there's a different show. These shows are Vegas style shows where there's a lot of dancing and singing, and then the big Vegas type of costumes. There's also comedians and hypnotists. Those kind of things are in the big theater room. At night there's also gambling, because there's a casino. There's karaoke that you can go to and sing, and some singers are great and some singers just like to sing. You can also, anywhere you go on the ship, there's going to be bands and musicians and singers, and there's always comedians. Every night there's a comedian. There's always two different shows. There's one kind of family friendly show, and then there's a later show that's the rated R version. Anything that you want to do, you can find something, anybody can find something that they want to do. One of the other great parts of going on a cruise is you get the ultimate of pampering. You can, it's like a miracle. You leave your room, and when you come back, your bed's all made, your room's all clean, everything's set out for you. And then at night, the same little miracle happens. You come back, your bed's turned down, and there's a little treat on your pillow and a little cute little animal made out of a towel. It's very fun. And then everything for the next day is all laid out for you on your bed. On the website Why Cruise, it talked a little bit about the pampering that you get on the cruise line. It said the emphasis on personal pampering is the norm aboard cruise ships. Cruise lines deliver the highest level of guest satisfaction 365 days a year, surpassing vacationers' experience at almost any land-based resort. Cruise vacations offer a realm of luxury and services where chefs prepare gourmet meals and sinful desserts, and attendants continually update your cabins, leaving pillow treats. Everyone from the vessel's captain to the deckhands welcome cruise ship guests with hearty smiles and cheerful greetings of "Good day, ma'am," or "Welcome aboard, sir." Guests can expect daily maid service, nightly turn-down service, and multi-course dinners, live music, and world-class entertainment. And some of the suite accommodations, there's butler service, among all the other different kinds of pampering. Some of the things that you can do on the ship, and I want to just talk pretty much about those kind of things instead of like the excursions that you can take and those kind of things that you do on a ship. If you want the ultimate pampering, there is a full spa there where you can get massages or body wraps or teeth whitening or any kind of service that you could get at a regular spa. There's also a lot of shopping that you can do. There's a whole level of the ship that's dedicated to shopping. You can buy jewelry or perfume or any kind of general things that you need. There's also a big part of that area that is dedicated to the photos, because every time you turn around somebody's taking your photo, and so you can find those and look at those and purchase those there, along with any kind of photo type things that you might need. You can also, if you haven't already booked your excursions, you can do that. You can look at those on your television, and then figure out what you want to do the next day, and then go to the purchaser's office and purchase those. Cruise is also a great place to celebrate a special occasion. Birthdays, anniversaries. There's a lot of weddings on cruises. You always see like the bride and the groom walking around and their wedding parties. That's always fun. I think that the thing that the cruise ships are the most famous for, though, is the food. You can have food 24 hours a day. There's always a buffet, almost always. If the buffet isn't open, you can get pizza or hamburgers or hot dogs or ice cream. That's always available. And then the buffet is available most of the time. Then every night you have a sit-down dinner at the same table where you're served by the same waiter and waitresses, or vice versa. And it's kind of fun because you get to know them a little bit. They get to know you. And so they're there to provide you with the best service that they can. There's also 2 nights during your cruise that it's a formal dinner where you get to dress up to go to dinner, and that's always fun. And then everything's just a little more fancy on that night. The pictures that they're taking in all of the little hallways are set up to be a little more fancy, and that's really fun. So all I want to say is that if you want a great experience where you get to be treated like you're really important and everybody makes you feel that way, then cruising is a great way to go. All of the activities and things that you can do on the ship make it really fun. You never have to leave the ship if you don't want to, and you could actually spend your whole vacation there. But of course you're in another country, so why wouldn't you want to go see that? So now's my little commercial part. We like to cruise with Carnival because it's the fun ship, baby. So thank you so much for listening to my speech. And that was a very short version of my speech. Thank you.